What happens when someone tries to erase their digital past, but the internet refuses to forget? Because in today's world, you can delete tweets. You can rebrand your image. You can even change how the world sees you. But you can't control what people remember. And for one rising reality TV personality, that truth was about to come crashing back harder than ever. If you've ever seen someone completely rewrite their story just to fit in or look better online, hit that like button and subscribe, because this one is about to expose how fragile perfect online images really are, and the internet never truly forgets. In the world of reality TV, image is everything. One moment you're just another name on social media, and the next, you're being edited, packaged. That's exactly what people online believed was happening with Rosie, a rising personality from a popular reality dating show. To viewers, she looked polished, relatable, carefully unproblematic, the kind of person audiences either loved or loved to defend. But behind the screen, an entirely different narrative was quietly circulating in online corners of the internet. Old college acquaintances began resurfacing. Old posts, old screenshots, archived accounts, and suddenly, a very different version of the story started to form, one that didn't match the image being shown on TV. At first, it was just comments. Wait, isn't this the same person who used to post completely different stuff years ago? Then came the screenshots. Then came the threads. Then came the debates. Some claimed that her online past had been cleaned up, deleted posts, inactive accounts, and a reworked digital footprint that made her earlier persona hard to trace. Others pushed back, calling it misinformation or internet exaggeration. But the more people looked, the more questions started piling up. And that's when things escalated. Because online audiences don't just watch stories anymore, they investigate them. Someone from her alleged college circle posted a long thread. Not dramatic, not emotional, just specific. They claimed she wasn't always aligned with the image people now saw online. They suggested her online presence had changed significantly over time, especially as her public profile began growing. And that's when the internet did what it does best. It started digging. Archived pages were checked. Old usernames were traced. Posts were compared. Whether everything was accurate or not almost didn't matter anymore, because perception had already shifted. And once that happens online, it's almost impossible to undo. For audiences watching this unfold, something deeper was happening. It wasn't just about one person. It was about a universal fear. What if the version of people we admire isn't the real one? And even more uncomfortable, how much of what we see online is carefully constructed? People weren't just reacting to Rosie anymore. They were reacting to the idea that identity online is fluid, and sometimes curated. Soon, comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Some defended her. You don't know her personally. People change. Others pushed back. It's not about change, it's about authenticity. And in the middle of it all, the original Reddit-style post kept circulating, being reposted, dissected, and discussed across platforms. The story had escaped its original source. It had become internet fuel. For anyone in the public eye, this kind of attention creates a pressure most people never see. Every old post becomes evidence. Every contradiction becomes proof. Every silence becomes suspicious. And even if the claims are exaggerated or incomplete, the internet rarely waits for full context before forming conclusions. That's the brutal reality of viral attention. Then came the moment that shifted everything again. Not a confession, not a confirmation, but a wave of clarification posts, fan defenses, and media commentary reminding everyone of something important. Online identities are often incomplete snapshots, not full biographies. Some posts were deleted years ago. Some claims were unverified. Some interpretations were heavily exaggerated through repetition. And suddenly, the narrative began to fracture. What looked like a simple exposure story turned into a messy reminder of how fast the internet builds and breaks reputations. There was no dramatic downfall, no cinematic revenge. Instead, there was something more realistic: confusion, debate, and fading certainty. At the end of the day, stories like this don't just tell us about one person. They show us how quickly the internet can turn fragments into truth. and how easily context gets lost when outrage spreads faster than facts. If this story made you question how much of what we see online is real, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dive internet stories like this. And tell me in the comments, do people deserve to be judged by their past online, or only by who they are today?